when Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak came here in 1940. One of the first things that he did was to set up an organization, it was called the National Committee for the Furtherance of Jewish Education in 1940.
The National Committee for the Furtherance of Jewish Education was founded that year at the Rebbe's behest. Its principal mission at that time was to teach Jewish public school children about Judaism. And NCFJE has grown to offer over 40 different programs in education and social services.
My father was one of its founders, and that's how I got involved in NCFJE, which of course was an arm of Lubavitch. And I worked with J.J. Hecht alav shalom for many years. And I'm very privileged to be a participant in that organization. I think one of the outstanding programs, which was merely a thought, and I'll never forget how it was created. It was at a meeting. J.J. Hecht, his mind was always working 28 hours a day. He said, who were the brightest kids going to the Ivy League colleges in those years? It was the Jews. He says, when you talk to them and ask them about Buddhism, Hinduism, they'll tell you A to Z, they'll tell you the whole story. But you'll ask them about Judaism, they'll start scratching their head. They'll say, well, I'm not sure about this, the Israel, I really can't. He said, you got these young people who are very inquisitive and want to have knowledge. We have to give them that knowledge. They don't know anything about Judaism. We're going to bring them for a summer 6 weeks course to come up there, and that's how it all started. And because of that program, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of young people who would never know anything about Yiddishkeit, men and women. It affected both of them. And the accomplishments of the National Committee is evidence enough why an organization like that must exist. And if it didn't exist, we'd be in worse shape, Yadus-wise, than we are today. If it weren't for the Rebbetzin Hecht and her children who had a prototype in her husband and her father, they wouldn't be doing the great things that they're doing today. They're doing a fantastic job. This has to continue, this involvement, and not only to talk financially, but you got to involve yourself, your physical being.
Today, the NCFJE runs many programs with the objective of providing fast, discreet, dignified service to all sectors of the community with our motto, an organization with a heart.
National Committee really that supervises, and they are the instigators of all these wonderful programs. And the programs is what keeps everybody going and what keeps Jews Jews.
His impact would continue long after his passing, through the work of his children and their children and the children after them. It seems dedication to the community is in the Kramer DNA.
Between the Hecht family, their legacy, and the Kramer family, that the Kramer family, the future generations, must continue their involvement in Lubavitch. That's my message.